Interestingly, Wolf, this is coming on the day, the exact day that James Comey had to clarify those comments. No one was expecting this at all, and a letter was given at the FBI, sent from here, the White House, over to the FBI just a short time ago, within the last probably 15 or 20 minutes or so, Wolf. So this is just coming in. We do not have reaction yet from the FBI, but this is just happening now. Of course, this is coming on the heels of the FBI director being, so central involved in this Russian scandal. Excuse my breath here, Wolf. I just ran out here to bring you this news. So as we get more here, we'll bring it to you. But at this point, a bombshell at the White House. James Comey is out.
Yeah, he was serving a 10-year appointment as the FBI director, 10 years, and now the President of the United States has effectively fired him. Let me read once again the statement from the White House. Today, President Donald J. Trump informed FBI Director James Comey that he has been terminated and removed from office. President Trump acted based on the clear recommendation of both Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein and Attorney General Jeff Sessions. The White House statement adds, the FBI is one of our nation's most cherished and respected institutions, and today will mark a new beginning for our crown jewel of law enforcement. That's a quote directly in the statement from the President, President Trump. A search for a new permanent FBI director will begin immediately. Pamela Brown's our justice correspondent. This is obviously a major development, and certainly comes, I think it's fair to say, as a surprise.
It certainly does. Wolf, I can tell you, anyone who covers the justice beat or anyone who is in our business or even outside is really shocked by this announcement coming from the White House that James Comey, the director of the FBI, has indeed been fired on the recommendation of the Attorney General and Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General. And the question is, what exactly prompted this? Of course, this comes the same day that he is under fire for his testimony on Capitol Hill in the last several days, where he erroneously stated that Huma Abedin forwarded thousands of emails to her husband, which was, they had to clarify the record. But this comes as a complete shock. James Comey has been really in the center of this political firestorm for months now, Wolf. And I've been asking people close to him whether he's ever thought of resigning, given all the controversy, first with the Hillary Clinton investigation, and then, of course, as we know, he came on and announced the investigation into Trump campaign associates and Russians. And as you'll recall, when President Trump announced or tweeted that he believed President Obama was wiretapping his phone, James Comey was the one that went to the Department of Justice and wanted to knock down that claim publicly. And so I've asked people around him whether he was concerned he would be fired or whether he wanted to resign. And what I've always been told is that he knew this would be a possibility, given the fact that he has really been in the center of this firestorm, but that he had no intention of leaving his job, that he loved his job.
Following these late-breaking developments, he has been fired. This is a major development.
It certainly is, Wolf. And again, as Pamela was reporting, no one saw this coming at all. And let's be precise. I said terminated earlier, reading the language from the White House. He was fired. Make no mistake about it. This FBI director was fired.
Go ahead and bring in Jeffrey Toobin, our senior legal analyst. Jeffrey, this is an extraordinary moment in American history.
You bet it is, Wolf, and it's a grotesque abuse of power by the President of the United States. This is the kind of thing that goes on in non-democracies, that when there is an investigation that reaches near the President of the United States or the leader of a non-democracy, they fire the people who are in charge of the investigation. I have not seen anything like this since October 20th, 1973, when President Nixon fired Archibald Cox, the Watergate special prosecutor. This is something that is not within the American political tradition. That firing led indirectly, but certainly to the resignation of President Nixon, and this is very much in this tradition. This is not normal. This is not politics as usual. This is something that is completely outside how American law is supposed to work.
But the president does have the authority to fire an FBI director, Jeffrey, right?
He certainly does. He absolutely does. Bill Clinton fired William Sessions early in President Clinton's term. There is is no question that the president has the legal authority to do what he has done. But that is not by any means the end of the inquiry. This is a political act when the president is under investigation, when his White House counsel was described yesterday as being told that his national security advisor was subject to blackmail by the Russians, and they fired the attorney general a few days later. Now they've fired the FBI director. I mean, what kind of country is this?
Strong words from Jeffrey Toobin. I'm going to get back to you, but I want to go to Jim Sciutto.